Last week, Jimmy Butler came out and asked to be traded from the Timberwolves to either the Nets, Knicks, or Clippers. I'm now joined at the desk by Evan Abenstein, who's going to give us what a possible Jimmy Butler trade might look like. So, Evan, let's dissect the situation a little bit. What do you think the Timberwolves brass are going to do here?
Well, honestly, I don't know. Well, they're going to trade him. For sure, they're going to trade him. Jimmy Butler wants out. Glenn Taylor, the Timberwolves owner, he knows that. And even though Tom Thibodeau is the GM, coach, and president, or he's not the GM, he's just the coach and president, he wants to keep him, and he's standing firm on that. Whether he's just bluffing or not by telling teams, we're not trading Jimmy Butler so they can get a better trade package, I don't really know. But Thibodeau is just trying to save his job here. Glenn Taylor's doing the right job.
And either way, Butler wants out. So,
yeah, so you got.
What are your situations? What are your scenarios right now that you have?
Obviously, as they said, the Nets, Clippers, and Knicks are his desire. New York Knicks, do not trade for Jimmy Butler, please. Just my little PSA for that.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I think that the Heat and Rockets are very realistic scenarios outside of the box because the Rockets can trade them the best player back in most deals, in Eric Gordon. And I heard that they're kind of interested in Eric Gordon. He would be a good piece to help him make the playoffs still.
Fills in the shooting guard position.
He's a career 16 points per game scorer. He averaged 18 on a high-scoring Rockets team last year. I think he'd be a great fit. I can see Eric Gordon and Kosta Koufos in a 3-team deal with the Sacramento Kings going to the T-Wolves with Jimmy Butler to the Rockets, and then Gorgui Dieng and Nene to the Kings. And then there'd be some pick swaps and stuff going on. The Kings would get a pick, the T-Wolves would get a pick, protections on all of them. But I could see that being a realistic scenario. And then I also think the Heat could jump in there. The Heat have been fighting to try and get another All-Star since they lost LeBron. Bosh didn't really work out after he got
Dwayne Wade left, then came back.
Wade's a shell of his former self, so I would go with a package of about James Johnson, Justice Winslow, and a top 5 protected first-round pick for Jimmy Butler. I think that the T-Wolves get back James Johnson, who is a very capable wing, a poor man's Jimmy Butler, you could say. Yeah. And then Winslow is improving. He's already a very good defender. He can, he's young, so he can get an offense. He can get going on offense a little bit still. And then the Heat get another All-Star in Jimmy Butler. And
then you have him and Dragic and Whiteside as well.
Yep, I think that Butler and Whiteside would work out so well together.
Now let's talk about a team that wasn't on that list, the Toronto Raptors. They got Kawhi Leonard, they lost DeMar DeRozan, their starting shooting guard, they're one of their superstars. Could you see anything happening where Jimmy Butler could fill the void there?
So I actually think that they could trade Kyle Lowry. A report came out today.
Really?
That Kyle Lowry has been avoiding phone calls. Actually, the quote was he was dodging phone calls from management and Masai Ujiri, the president of the Toronto Raptors.
Some friction there.
Yeah, so you already have Kawhi Leonard. Why not bank on trying to re-sign another superstar? If Lowry's not happy, go for Jimmy Butler. So then you have Jimmy Butler and Kawhi Leonard working together. That's
now who would you give up for him?
Kyle Lowry.
Just Kyle Lowry?
Kyle Lowry for Jimmy Butler, Gorgui Dieng, and Tyus Jones. You get another point guard back in Jones who has proven himself as a very capable backup point guard. He's young. He can maybe transition into that starting role. And then you also get Gorgui Dieng off of your books if you're Minnesota, which is a big point of that.
Now, out of those 3 options we just mentioned, who do you think has the most likely chance of getting Jimmy Butler?
I would say the Rockets. I think they really want to make it work. They'll get something done.
Absolutely, and you better look out in the West if that happens.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll be discussing the new Monstars in Space Jam 2. You don't want to miss this.